Welcome back to another episode of All Wound Up Watch Reviews. Today we're looking at a very classic piece, the Hamilton Ventura, reference number H244111732. I purchased this watch from Mimo's Jewelry over in California. He's a great guy to work with. I have the link to this watch listed in the description. Go check it out. He always has great deals and discount codes to use. Just reach out to him. He's a great guy to work with, and he'll respond to you directly. You may recognize this watch from movies like Men in Black, where it's standard issue to the Men in Black. Elvis wore this watch. He used to give them out as gifts. And of course, Rod Serling of Twilight Zone fame, he wore this watch as well and has been photographed wearing it numerous times back when he was still alive. Now, this watch is very unique looking. I understand if it's not for everybody, but I personally find this watch very endearing, mainly because I grew up watching Men in Black and the Twilight Zone, and I absolutely adore Elvis. So it's the perfect trifecta to inspire me to want to buy this watch. Now, the dimensions are 32.3 millimeters by 50.3 millimeters. It is 9.27 millimeters thick, and it has a 17 millimeter lug width, which is extremely unusual. And it lends to its diminutive size too. The strap and lug width. Now, the entire case is polished, which is an absolute pain. If you just look at this watch wrong, it gets a scratch. Now, that's easily remedied by hitting it with a Cape Cod cloth every once in a while. My camera's even having difficulty focusing on the watch because it's so shiny. But yeah, a Cape Cod cloth will do wonders with getting rid of the small scratches, micro scratches. Just be wary of it. Don't try not to hit it into anything, and don't do hard labor. Now, another negative to this watch, though, is that it does have a mineral crystal. Now, this watch is almost $1,000 brand new, and that is ridiculous. Hamilton should just make sapphire standard across the board for all these watches, especially when other Hamiltons, just a little bit more expensive than this one in the Ventura line, do have sapphire crystal. That being said, those are the only two things I can think of that are a con. I mean, it being entirely polished is not really a bad thing. It's just the aesthetic of the watch, and it does suit the watch, especially given its history and the time that it came out, when watches were polished more and they were diminutive in size, and men just typically wore smaller watches as a whole, which I have no problem with. I find that to be a very interesting way to wear watches, to wear smaller watches. The accuracy of this watch is absolutely astounding. I think I said it 6 months ago, and it's gained maybe a second. I mean, it keeps up great with my multi-band 6 watches from Casio, for example. It's just phenomenal how accurate this quartz movement is from Hamilton. Now, for the strap, it is cow leather. It is textured, as you can see. Looks very exotic. It feels great on wrist. You see it has a deployant clasp here. Signed buckle, Hamilton. When you wear this watch, you're going to turn heads, I guarantee it. It looks like an old Cadillac. All right, let's look at it on wrist. Again, for your reference, I have a 7 3/4 inch wrist, which is not small, but also not humongous. I think it looks absolutely fantastic on wrist. It is extremely unique. You're not going to see many of these out in the wild, that's for sure. It's a great conversation piece. And if you're one to wear suits a lot in your job, this would be great to wear too. It slips under a cuff nicely. Now, of course, there is no loom to speak of. This is strictly a dress watch. You're not going to be taking this watch diving. It does have 50 meters of water resistance, which is fantastic. So if you get a little wild with washing your hands in the post-COVID era, then post-COVID era, then that could be beneficial. But other than that, this is not an adventure watch. It's not a tool watch. Absolutely beautiful, totally unique. It's not an incredible value, but you're not paying for that. You're paying for something different. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in to this video. I really appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time. Please, if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, leave me a comment. If there's any watches you want to see reviewed, then I'd be happy to indulge if I'm able. Got a lot more great content coming out over the next few weeks. So please keep checking back regularly, and I appreciate you very much. And see you in the next video. All right, bye-bye.